So I covered two stories of Theta Berwick, which is a character brought into the Predator comics by Marvel, and we have another one to go through. It was released in February of 2024, with the title, Predator, The Last Hunt. The story begins on a planet called Mabu in the year 2066. A ship lands on the ground, and a mighty predator emerges. His wrist blades are ready for battle, and the prey it chooses are the local creatures on this planet. The battle does not last long, as the hunter takes down all his prey, while receiving almost no injuries. Even a few of these creatures were no match for this hunter. After the battle, the hunter locates a ship. It seems to be searching for something specific. When it finds a certain room, it pushes a button. It might have found the data it was looking for. The story then flips to a planet called Tantalon in the year 2068. We see that Theta and Paolo are wearing predator armor and have collected a small object. Just then, they are attacked by local people. Paolo tries to fire back, but Theta stops him and the two of them escape. Theta says that the only reason the two of them were attacked is because those local people had mistaken Theta and Paolo for more predators, which makes it seem like they encountered them in the past. It's been 27 years since the predators took the lives of her parents. 27 years of hunting them. She's defeated more of them than she ever thought possible. But the predators know they are being hunted, so they adapted to the methods of tracking that Theta used. All the data that Theta used was becoming more useless. All that Theta would find are bodies with the heads on spikes. Whoever was doing this was using her calling card as a way of mocking her. She fears that they won't be able to find them to stop the carnage that is left behind by the predators. During their time at West River Station, Paolo found a plant so toxic that it wiped out the entire ecosystem within a 1-kilometer radius. He used the plant to create some type of serum. Whoever gets this into their body is going to feel the most excruciating pain they've ever felt in their life. It's been years since Theta had fought a predator. She feels that she is getting out of practice. She's getting slower, and even with the improvements to her prosthetics and armor, she might not be able to fight them as she used to. But the one thing she really fears is having one of those hunters take her skull and spine, then mounting it within their ship as a trophy. She mentions that the vial she carries is to be used on herself. If by any chance she would lose in combat, the serum she has would end it all. Then she would deny them the honorable kill, and she denies them a trophy. Paolo then talks about the item they collected earlier. It's a beacon, and they pick up a distress signal. So they leave and head for Mabu. They find another ship that belongs to predators, but this one is much larger, so it might be a transport ship. But who sent the signal, and where are they now? Further within the ship, they discover the cargo that's being transported. Theta was right. The predators really are keeping people in stasis from different time periods, and only releasing them when it's time to hunt them. They found the stasis chambers. Based on the level of corrosion and layers of dust, Theta estimates that it's been 2 or 3 years at least. That's a long time for someone to survive on an unfamiliar planet. The air is breathable, so it's possible. They also find the body of a predator, but this one is also deceased, and it looks like someone else got to him. After checking the black box from that ship, they uncover a bit more data. Theta believes the predators have a stasis farm on some planet that's not documented. She thinks they would not place all the humans in one ship and risk losing it. Paolo says they should examine the ship's cargo more thoroughly. It contains alien specimens in those stasis chambers that he's never seen before. This is the only chance they can document everything they found. They both try to get some rest later on, but then they are awoken from a sudden alarm. The proximity lasers went off. Someone or something is nearby. Some person calls out to them from the other side of the landing ramp, saying they are friendly. The ramp opens, and the person they see is John Schaefer, the brother of Dutch Schaefer. He says there's around 50 other people looking to get off this planet. Around the year of 2066 on Mabu, John suddenly woke up from a deep sleep. He had no idea where he was. The last thing he remembered before this was the time he was tracking a predator in the Thai jungle. At the time, he didn't know the ship had crashed, and the predator pilot was badly injured. Maybe he was in the stasis room to take everyone offline. John grabs a nearby spear and impales the enemy with it. If it wasn't for John, there might be no survivors today. When John tried to free the others, he accidentally released some aliens. The human survivors went from 300 down to 53. Most of them didn't make it. Even though the ship had crashed, the stasis chambers were still usable, which left them with plenty of alien meat. About a month later after they woke up, a bigger and more dangerous predator showed up. John and the others would free some bigger creatures, hoping they would stop the predator, but it didn't work. This warrior would cut through them like they were nothing. As the predator entered the cargo ship, John thought it was going to blow it up, so no technology is left behind. But that didn't happen. The predator would board its own ship and leave. This ship was emitting a distress signal all along. That's how Theta found it. She and Paolo have been looking for a stasis farm where they store their prey, but still have not found it. John shares his stories of encountering these hunters back on Earth. He also says he went looking for his brother Dutch, but never found him. Some of the survivors begin to get restless and anxious to go home, but Theta doesn't have enough resources to take everyone back. All she can do is call for a rescue ship by contacting Yautja, who's working with the OWLF. Some of the survivors would join Theta in her quest to find the stasis farm. The next stop is a planet called Glenelg. They locate a structure, but it seems like nobody is there. Only Theta and Paolo would enter, and the others would wait outside. Deep inside the structure, they discover tens of thousands of stasis chambers. It seems like people were taken during times of war across decades, but so many stasis chambers are empty, so they must have moved the stasis farm somewhere else. They were too late. That's why there was no one protecting the area. Just then, a small device spots them inside. It charges them, but Theta knows what it is. They run as fast as they can, but the explosion knocks them down. Now it all makes sense. The beacon, the tracker, the ship's black box, the distress signal. It was all a trap, and they fell right into it. And through the flames, we get a glimpse of this massive predator, weapons drawn and ready to attack. The humans clearly outnumber the hunter, but it still charges them for combat. It seems like they walked into a trap. Paolo tries to reach Sandy, but he can't get through. They don't know if other predators are on the way, so they should get as many people out of here as soon as they can. This hunter is strong. It puts up a good fight against multiple humans. It then pushes buttons on its wrist gauntlet, and a door behind opens up. What comes out are a pack of predator dogs, like the ones we saw on the game preserve. The humans try to fight back, but they are getting massacred out there. One by one, they go down. It won't be long until they're all gone. Theta tells John that they need to retreat, and then figure out a new plan of attack. Even though the ship is 10 clicks away, it might be too far. Paolo's gone to get the Sandpiper ship, so they need to follow him. Theta would get saved by Leisha, but she too gets eliminated by the predator. It's like everyone who came to help them is now gone. One dog creature would jump on John. He hits his head on a nearby rock as he falls, but Theta saves him at the last possible second. Meanwhile, Paolo has his own problem. He lost his biomask when a dog jumped him. It was close to finishing him off, but he used a bladed weapon to defeat it. Paolo would see an explosion from the distance. He tried to contact Sandy, but still, no response. He runs towards the fire and smoke, only to find that Sandy is burning away. Things have gotten worse. It seems like Theta is also having trouble with her situation. One of the dogs jumps onto her, with its teeth right in front of her, ready to finish her off. After 25 years of fighting these things, Could this be how Theta finally gets defeated? Sometime later, Theta then wakes up, trapped within some kind of stasis container. She bangs on the inside, trying to get out. The container then opens up. She looks around and sees hundreds of stasis chambers like the one she was in. The Predator just added her to his collection. Theta knew she was losing the previous battle, but somehow she was kept alive, and she doesn't know why. She later finds her armor that was taken from her, but has no weapons. She puts on her armor, then a door opens up nearby. She walks outside, not knowing what to expect. Theta's name is then called by someone. It's Paolo, and also John Schaefer. They're tied up. Theta looks for a weapon to cut the chains off. As John says, he feels like bait just hanging up there. It turns out that this predator that was hunting them was the one who destroyed the Sandpiper ship earlier. She then gets blasted in the chest by something. She was being watched the entire time. Then, the mighty predator emerges. It throws Theta's machete towards her, giving her a weapon to use, and makes a gesture to put her helmet on. She tells Paolo to run once she cuts the chains off him, but it won't work. The chains have cut the circulation to his legs. He can't run even if he wanted. Theta was placed in a stasis chamber to heal. The hunter knows who she is and what she's been doing all these years. He wanted Theta to recover to face her one-on-one, with Paolo and John as the prize. This predator took down multiple humans with little effort. The odds are against Theta, but she has no choice. She has to fight. Theta gets tossed around by the predator's brute strength, but she manages to injure him once, but then gets beaten up over and over. As she tries to defend herself, her right arm gets cut off. This might be a battle she cannot win alone. John Schaefer manages to escape the chains that hold him. He jumps on the back of the predator, trying to hold him with those chains. Theta charges in, trying to attack one more time. But her efforts are thwarted, as the predator still controls his plasma caster weapon, blasting Theta away. He also grabs John Schaefer and throws him in another direction. Things are looking pretty bad. With her arm cut off, she's very tired. She's starting to fade away. Could this be her final hunt? Well, she has one more plan. She pulls out that vial of poison that Paolo created. She rams it into the body of the predator. The toxin starts to have an immediate effect, causing intense pain from within. Theta could let him suffer, but she wastes no time and finishes off the enemy in a single swipe. There were hundreds of people in stasis chambers aboard that ship. They saved them all. The ship is now theirs. Perhaps John Schaefer could pilot the ship and get them out of here. For many years, Theta and Paolo were searching for the ship that carried captured people that were then placed in stasis chambers, and finally they found them. Now it's time to bring them home. The end. For now. So that's it. That is the end of that story. What are your thoughts? Should they continue the story of Theta Berwick, or just move on to another character? For myself, honestly, I think I had enough of one human defeating multiple predators. I would prefer to see a story like Ahab, a predator that survives and continues into other storylines, but of course with a different predator. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.